Wagwan everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Sunday Thoughts. I have a friend, his name's called Archie, and he asked me in school to talk about, in this week's episode, my surgery that I had this week. And it was nothing major, it's not anything big, it was only for my knee. I would stand up and show you, but I actually can't lift it that high. You're just going to have to trust me that I did have a knee operation and I'm not lying for views. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm back. So I had it yesterday. I still have my little NHS tag thing on that I haven't taken off yet for some reason. It's got all my NHS details on there, so it would be a shame if that was in the video. Ooh. Jasmine, if you're watching this, I see your messages. Right, so it was at 7 o'clock in the morning. I had to miss the last day of school, and we went there, and I was really nervous. It's probably the most nervous I've ever been about anything, because I have trust issues, I think, with people. If I meet someone for the first time, I find it extremely hard to trust them over anything. So actually, like, having full control over me because I've been knocked out, that was what terrified me the most. The going under, going to sleep and not being in control of the situation. And I was asking people on Twitter, and for everyone who replied to that and helped me out, thanks very much, because it was really interesting to get your views and your insights if you had surgery before. So thank you for that. So I went in, and my mum followed me, and my dad stayed outside, and they gave me my little hospital gown that I had to wear, and what I guess they would call their underwear or their pants, but it's essentially just a piece of cloth. So yeah, not the best for privacy. But as I was putting it on, I just finished, right? And the nurse walks into the room, didn't knock, didn't say can I come in, just walked in. If she had come in 5 seconds earlier, she would have seen me. Yeah, I wouldn't have appreciated that, but it was all good. I was really nervous to the point where I was struggling with communicating with people. I was just trying to keep to myself. Yeah, it wasn't my finest hour. But nevertheless, we had different people come in. We had the anaesthetist, we had a nurse, we had the pharmacist, the surgeon, the consultant. Everyone was coming in. I was filling out forms. They were going over if I smoke, if I drink. But it was all going well. I was talking to the anaesthetist, the person who probably I wanted to talk to the most about everything, and he was going through the options I'd have. He was saying that if I wanted to remain conscious, then they'd have to put an injection into my spine, which would numb my lower half, and they normally do it with elderly people. And I was like, no, I'm okay. I think I'll manage. But he did cut me a deal. He said that if I wanted to, I could essentially knock myself out, which is what I did. That they gave me the mask which had the gas in it, and I was when I was ready, I just held it against my mouth, and it only took a few breaths. It took maybe 3 breaths, and bang, I was gone. I was out. And a lot of people were saying yesterday that you fall asleep, and I forgot a friend, and he told me that when he had this before, he went to sleep looking up at a ceiling, and then he'd come back and he was looking at a different ceiling. But I had almost a different experience, I guess. It's different for everyone. For me, I was breathing, I was out, but I know you do go to sleep, but I had a dream. I can't remember what the dream was, but I was definitely dreaming for a while. But I didn't feel any pain. The anaesthetist was telling me that some people sometimes hear the voices of the people doing the surgery, but I didn't hear that, so that was good, I guess. That would be a bit unnerving, listening to what's being said. But I woke up too early, I think. My mum and dad were nowhere to be found because I was lying in the recovery, and I just woke up and there was no one there, and it caught nurses and the people off guard a little bit. And you okay? I shouldn't have woken up that early, and I guess it would have been a lot worse if I woke up early while the surgery was going on. But I felt fine. Probably the most painful thing was my hand, where the cannula, where they put all the saline and stuff like that. It wasn't exactly painful, but it was just irritating me a little bit. I couldn't really feel the surgery on my knee. They gave me an oxygen mask and they just told me to relax. I was still a little bit sleepy. I still had the anaesthetic in me, and so that's where I stayed for about half an hour. And then I got trolleyed through to the, I don't know, just a different room with more hospital beds. And because I was first for my surgery, there was no one else there, so it was just me. And I had a very nice nurse come over, say, would you like some tea? I was like, yes please. Then she brought that over. She brought over some digestives and a whole jug of water. And then she come over with this little thing which she was like, if you need to go to the toilet, let me know. And she put this thing that I needed to go to the toilet in on the table. And I didn't know that she meant that I had to go to the toilet in it. I thought she meant that if I needed to go. But it turns out I could only leave after I kind of filled that up, because they wanted to do like a urine sample. They did one before my operation, they wanted one after, just to see if there was anything irregular. So I had my tea, I had my biscuits, I had a whole jug of water, and my parents arrived and they were very glad to see me. I was more calm, definitely more calm than what I was before the surgery, and we were just talking, and I was like, I'm in trouble here because I cannot go to the toilet. So I had a whole nother jug of water. So at this point I had 2 jugs and a tea, and then I kind of hobbled my way to the toilet, which was like directly in front of me, and I was in a bad way. The anaesthetic just had a really bad effect on me, where I felt really ill afterwards, and that only happens to a really small amount of people per 1,000, but I was part of that percentage who do get ill after it. And yeah, let's just say I was glad I was in the toilet. But that horrible imagery out of the way, I managed to go to the toilet, and then they started the process where they were going to discharge me. They took the cannula out of my hand, which wasn't pleasant, but I'm glad it was gone. We made our way out to the car. I found out very quickly that I wouldn't be able to make it, like, walk around without crutches. They said that I might be able to be okay, but I said no, I'm going to need some, because I just could not put any pressure on it. So I've got this singular crutch to see me through the 2 weeks where I'll be recovering. I should make a full recovery in 6 to 8 weeks. The reason I was having the operation is for probably over a few years now, my knee has just been causing me a lot of pain, and it would just lock up randomly, and I could only really like straighten it after a few days. It would like click into place. And I couldn't go the rest of my life like that, so I had a doctor's appointment. They did an MRI, and they found that a piece of my cartilage had just broken off. And they were telling me that it's odd that I didn't realise it, because they said that when it happened, you must have felt it. You would know you've done some damage. But I said, no, I don't remember any kind of trauma. They found that was a bit odd, and so did I. But I'm glad it's all over with. If you want some advice, if you're going for an operation, just don't worry about it, because a lot of people are saying this to me, and it's totally true that these people are professionals. They do it every day. That's what they've trained for. So you should definitely trust them. I've got this physiotherapy letter with a whole bunch of exercises that I should be doing. And I can tell you now, I don't know if you can see it, but that here is going to cause me a lot of difficulty, because the one thing I can't do at the moment is bend my knee. So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to do that right after I've filmed this video. So I think I'm going to call it there for today. But thank you so much for watching this episode of Sunday Thoughts. I am going to the Sidemen book tour thingy the day after this goes live, and that's going to be really interesting, because I need to make it to London on crutches. Yeah, not going to be fun at all. But like I said, thanks so much for watching. If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe, like if you haven't already. That will tell me that you enjoy these Sunday Thoughts. You like me just sitting here being honest with you guys. That's really what I want this series to be. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.